I think it's a really major mistake. Major mistake and an insult to me. I think it's a really major mistake. Mistake and an insult to me.
All energy all the time.
Maximum effort.
Maximum effort. Slogan, trademark.
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase. I have no greeting for those who've ever played Oblivion. Hi, and welcome to Speaking from the Center, the show about despair and politics.
And how they're all connected.
Today, well, first, I am your glorious host,
Yes, you are.
Tim.
Oh, some said we wouldn't be able to land them, but I told them they were liars and they didn't know business.
And I'm joined today by our panel of co-hosts and producers. Gentlemen, explain yourselves.
I'm Mark.
I am Mark.
No, I'm Mark.
I'm Mark.
No,
I'm
fuck
Mark.
him. Fuck him. I'm Mark.
Fuck you.
Listen, only one of you can be Mark.
Mark.
Well, I'm Mark.
All right, fine. I'm Mikey Famine, and I'm a giant Trump supporter.
Say, oh, you think you about that? You think it's a game?
He also
It's
loves
not a game.
Jesus.
Not a
Oh,
game.
no. I'm Mark and I eat my boogers.
Fucking better than being a Trump supporter. You suck.
Oh,
Mikey.
I don't know, dude. I think those are like, ooh, they're right there. Booger eating and Trump supporting are about the same. I can't really look at you like a real human. Like a
Are
real adult.
Trump's boogers just pieces of Cheetos?
I don't think he has boogers. Like with his like whole little nasal thing. It's all, I think it's all dried up there.
Yeah, his
Too
old
much
man nose
cocaine,
is
huh?
definitely like the desert.
It's like a old, like an old vacuum from a car wash that's been abandoned for 30 years. Just the driest of suction.
There's duct tape to hold the holes shut.
It's the only way he can sleep. If not, his wig flies across the room. Are we just
Hey, I guess
see
I'm
like
here too.
I knew something was wrong with this country when like I know this is superficial, but look at Donald Trump's hair and like consider that for like it would be as if he had a mohawk.
It's synthetic.
It would be as if he had a mohawk. Except
Trump-
for a mohawk, I could take seriously because, like, okay, he shaved the sides of his head. What is his thing here?
His
This
hair.
weird coif thing that clearly doesn't belong where it is, and we all just pretend like it's a normal thing here. Like, I'm not like that's not normal. That is the back of your head, brushed forward.
His hair is a manifestation of his political aspirations.
His hair.
It looks weird, and
hair-
it just shouldn't fucking be here.
It should. It looks like it hurts, and it shouldn't be existing. Like,
Can you please just go sit down, sir? You look like you're in pain.
like a homunculi mid
Ugh.
transformations. It's like every part of this just looks like pain.
Correct. Pain and despair. Anyway, despair, the whole focus of our show.
Oh yeah.
What are we talking about? Oh, there's a new Speaker of the House, right? Yeah, that Mike Johnson
The
guy
spare
who
squid.
no one's ever heard of until this point in history.
The GOP finally threw the roses at him, and he caught one. So,
Is his name Mike Jones?
It's Mike
Mike-
Johnson.
Mike Johnson.
His name is Mike Dick.
Hell, he's an
Whitey-
MJ.
Whitey Whiterson got elected to the Speaker of the House.
Oh, this dude looks guy looks like a winner. Okay, how could anyone not
Wow.
like him?
Your definition of winner. and mine
Yeah,
are
let's go.
different things,
Who is Mike Johnson? Because nobody fucking knows who he is. So we got to figure it all out together.
You know who he is. You're over there playing coy, but you know who he is. You
I-
respect him.
Here's
You-
here's
do
two fun things about Mike Johnson. One, he's an election denier,
asshole.
that could be anybody.
and two, he's for a federal ban on abortion.
Well,
Asshole.
oh
Yeah.
look, oh Lord.
Hello, I'm white. Should
Is
be his
he?
name.
And that's not him, by the way.
I
That's
was
not
about
him.
to say that doesn't look like a white man.
That's a report.
He is decidedly more brown than Mike Johnson is.
Yeah, mostly.
That a lot of people around the country are asking.
Oh, what the hell?
Who is Mike Johnson?
Who is Mike Johnson? Didn't we just ask that?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Look at this guy. Look at this
don't know.
dude. Look at his dude.
It's an excellent question, and indeed, many people are asking it because 24 hours ago, he was little.
All right, so he's serving his fourth term. He's from Louisiana.
Yeah, he's a Republican from Louisiana. Yeah.
Another
What's his district? Did it say?
It doesn't say there, but I can look it up.
Oh, you know what? What's this behind there? Oh, it just says L.A.
Let's look up
known
his
to vast
Wikipedia.
majorities of
Because you know, every time we look up something and then I press play on the video and then it says it like 2
Yeah.
seconds. I'm just gonna press play and we're gonna
Yeah,
roll
press
we're
play.
gonna roll the dice today.
Better
you know,
ride.
vast swaths of the American public. He's the vice chair of the Republican conference, which is a leadership position that doesn't typically get a lot of attention. And now, just
Say, oh,
24
you think
hours
you
later,
about
he
that?
has become
wrong one.
Speaker of the House. So who is he? A few things to know about him. Mike Johnson has a solidly conservative voting record, scores very highly on the scorecards of right-wing groups. He voted against the recent stopgap bill that Kevin McCarthy put on the floor to avert a government shutdown, voted with many Republicans on that measure. He's an animated opponent of legal abortion as well as LGBT rights, introducing
Oh.
Oh yeah, he is, and this is without any sort of context. He is Matt Gaetz's wet dream of who Speaker of the House should be.
Wow.
Oh, great. Now Beetlejuice is horny.
Yeah,
I'm so
no.
glad I live in Canada and I can just laugh at you guys.
Yeah, you live there for now. Wait till they think that your little island needs some freedom.
They'll never come up here.
Conquer Canada.
Ollie, we'll be greeted as liberators. Remember that.
No, you won't. No, fuck you.
That's how the history books will be written.
We're gonna give you
No,
freedom.
I'm gonna
by
go all.
taking
If you
away
guys
your
try,
rights.
if they try and come up here like this, I'm going all Red Dawn on you fuckers. All right.
Wolverine.
bills
All
to that
8 of you.
effect. He came in with Trump's approval, with Donald Trump's approval, sort of. Trump said he wasn't endorsing Johnson before the vote, but said Republicans should just go ahead and elect him and get this done. And after he was ultimately elected to the speakership.
Ugh.
He has all the policies and ideals that Jim Jordan does, but he's a nice guy, and that's why he got voted in. Because
He's
Jim
just-
Jordan is an asshole, and everyone hated him.
He's Jim Jordan minus that whole wrestling thing.
He's Jim Jordan minus a record, and that's why he got voted in. So he is from the 4th Congressional District in Louisiana. He first ran in 2016. He got reelected by landslides in 2018 and 2020 and ran unopposed in 2022.
Unopposed?
Unopposed.
Love him there.
He did chair the Republican Study Committee. I don't know what the fuck that is. It sounds like they just sat around and read books.
Got paid for it.
He voted for the American Health Care Act. That's his big thing on Wikipedia, apparently. He voted for Trump's tax cuts. And he's worked closely with Christian groups known as Answers in Genesis.
Oh, those people are geniuses.
The Louisiana Family Forum. He was legal counsel to the Alliance Defending Freedom and the Focus on Family. And he voted against certifying the election in 2021. And he became chair of the House Judiciary Subcommittee on the Constitution and Limited Government. Whatever the fuck that means.
No idea.
This all sounds made up.
What was that last one, Tim?
This year he became the chair of the House Judiciary Subcommittee on the Constitution and Limited Government.
Yeah, sounds made
Sounds
up.
like somebody that interprets the Constitution to law.
Which
Yeah.
isn't, which isn't their job. That's the Supreme Court's job.
You know, that committee just sounds like a bloated bureaucracy. We should probably dismantle it as soon as possible.
You know, I love how they have subcommittees on how to have smaller government.
Yeah.
Like, come on, people.
That is the definition of oxymoron.
Like,
Uh,
it's like the Procrastinators Anonymous meetings tomorrow. Like, come on.
And
Never gonna happen.
his other committee assignments, he's in the Judiciary Committee in the House and the Armed Services Committee.
oh, goody. In charge of weapons and money.
We already know how he feels about abortion.
This guy loves him.
He questions
He
climate change.
said, Macron, nice guy. You know, look, he's for France. I'm for us. I'm for
Macaron.
us.
Oh
You know how you spell us, right?
no! Oh my god!
You
No,
spell
this-
us, U.S.
He can't be this dumb.
Yes. Yes, yes.
It just came to me. It just came to me. Has anybody ever thought of this before? Holy fuck. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard said.
He's so dumb.
I just picked that up. Has anyone ever thought of that before? I just picked that up.
He's
Nope.
genuinely
No one-
surprised.
No one.
Wow!
That's-
Wow!
Look at the joy in his eyes. He's so happy that
He's
he
so
put two letters together and made a us.
so
Ah.
Oh,
It's like someone played bottles in Scrabble and then he put an S on it. You
Yeah.
know, and they're like, "Sabottles is not a word."
Bottles.
I can't accurately put into words how I feel about so many people voting for this man and how dumb he is. Like, it's not hyperbole. He's not. We're not just making fun of him because we don't like him. He's dumb. He is
Yeah.
objectively stupid.
He said something along the lines during the speech about not needing people to come out and vote because he's going to have the most voters.
Yes.
It was like completely fucking backwards. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, we have a clip for that in a little bit here.
Oh,
Don't
man.
vote. Just
No,
watch the other
no.
people that are voting. We have people for that.
No, you heard
Yeah.
him. You heard it here first. Don't vote. This motherfucker is so stupid. He's literally telling them, "Don't go vote." Like this.
I know.
The circus is out of control. I'm not like Matt Gaetz got fucking what's his face out of there. MTG and Boebert are having a fucking oil match in the front. Like this whole thing is turning to Jerry Springer. You know what? At this point,
It kind of is.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Trumpy.
Listen, some people just want to watch the world burn.
Oh, you know what? He would make a good hi, little baby. She's singing. She's sleepy.
Aw.
There's nothing wrong with her, is it? No. She's just talking. Yeah, that's right. So if I look at her, all right, I'll look at her and then talk to you guys. If I go on to the next part of that clip, my man's on the phone. Yo, take his phone away.
All coming through, Brian. It's all coming through Iran, and Obama he doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to mention. He doesn't even mention them in his statements. It's all coming through Iran.
Well, you mean President Biden?
He don't even know who he's mad at anymore. He forgot.
Huh.
Oh my goodness, baby girl.
I don't even know how to react to this stuff anymore. Like,
Emperor has no clothes.
I don't feel that I'm framed properly.
got a little bit of close up there, Tim.
Yeah, it's like
Here,
really
here.
close.
You're not alone, Tim. Everyone get
feel-
close.
I feel really close.
The closer I get to you.
Hey guys, you want to hear a scary story?
Ghosts aren't real.
Ghosts aren't real. Okay. I got you.
Mikey, get close. You're the
Wow.
odd one out now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it. I don't
Come
want.
closer.
No,
Come on, Mikey.
I
Get
don't
right
wanna-
up close here.
I don't want to do
Trolls
it.
are real.
What? Put the camera right up your nose.
No.
no.
I have
Show us
nose
the
hair.
inside.
I'm old now. I have nose hair.
I trimmed mine
I don't know.
earlier today.
I need to.
Show
I
us
need to
your
get.
old man nose hairs, Mikey.
I need to get onto that.
Amazon, $2. Buy a trimmer.
I'm not using no $2 Amazon trimmer. I need my nose. What the hell? I want the best of the best.
Or
Hey.
like Trump, just do lots of cocaine so that it just kills everything inside.
No, see, here's the thing. Donald Trump doesn't do drugs. He is very much against
Junior.
it. He's even against drinking.
He's also against email.
However, his sons, I think their bodies are mostly cocaine.
Well, won't he get a contact high just being around them then? They seem to be going to the courthouse with him a lot.
Oh, I forgot about all that stuff, all the court shit. We got to talk about that too.
Why?
Oh yeah, I forgot. The judge I gotta find the video. Hold on, let me get that.
Hey, progress
Did
only.
are they finally going to do something to him? Shut him up?
Well-
The judge slapped him with a $10K fine for fucking running his mouth. Let me get it.
Oh yeah, and then he said he would go to prison
What's
if he
the
kept it
fine
up.
going to do? Fine's not going to do anything to him, mainly because
No.
he's going to just raise funds to pay it. It's not going to cost him a thing.
Correct.
So-
But the issue of him continually violating the court gag orders is that eventually the judge isn't going to give a shit and he's going to throw him in jail.
Yeah, he
Just-
keeps goading the judge into doing it because Trump thinks he's going to make a martyr of himself by going to prison.
Mhm.
And that people will like rise up to stop him from going to prison. However, dude's going to prison one way or the other because that Georgia case,
It's getting
boy, that is going south for him in a real way.
Is
they're
it?
abandoning him.
Good.
It's like as sycophants often do. They don't. There's no actual loyalty to the man.
Well, because he doesn't have any actual loyalty to them. One of them flipped on him because he wasn't paying her legal bills anymore. And she was asking him to help because the way those kind of organizations work is that the people at the top pay for everyone else's shit so they don't have to worry about it. So they stay loyal. But Trump isn't doing that. And now he's got Cheeseborough and what's her name? God, I forget her name, but both of them were like his former
Sidney Powell.
lawyers. Sidney Powell.
That
Former lawyers for him turned on him because he wasn't protecting them. And they have no choice because they don't want to go down with him. And it's gonna snowball. Because now the next person is gonna look to get the next best deal.
Yep. And the higher up it goes, the deals will be less good the longer they wait to flip. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gonna start running out of deals because there's only if they get a flipper for each one of the little timelines. Well, they don't need 2 flippers now, do they?
Yeah.
Nope.
well, and
How
I
many
really
men
think
does
we
it
need
take to
write-
send a message?
We need to write a letter to Georgia saying, you know, as just a kind suggestion.
Dear
Any
Georgia,
deal you make,
you're on my mind.
any deal you make, they can't vote ever again.
Well, they have part of their deal is they have to write a written apology to the state of Georgia.
Fannie Williams is something else, ain't she? She made him write an apology letter. That's so petty.
Georgia.
I like it though.
I love it.
Breaking.
Make him write it on the blackboard 30 times. Or
I am a
91
crook.
times.
Sorry, Georgia.
You're getting the old Bart Simpson treatment.
News that the former president, Donald Trump, has just been fined $10,000 by the judge in his New York City fraud trial. NBC's Dr. Burns is at the New York courthouse. What an extraordinary.
Okay. What movie vibes is she giving you guys? Because she's giving me movie vibes, but I can't figure out which one it is. Is it Trinity? Am I getting that? What was the other girl from The Matrix?
Nairobi? That's not her.
No, not Jada Pinkett.
Mm.
The one with the accent, the Slavic accent and the blonde slick black hair.
She wasn't important enough to remember.
Or the she villain in Die Hard.
Black Widow's sister. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe from her.
Ooh, yeah, maybe a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
see that. I see that.
It's funny that journalism is now I have 2 phones that I'm looking at the same time.
I didn't even fucking notice that. One's gold.
So one is obviously her work phone, right? That's her NBC phone that she gets updates from. The other one must be like her contacts phone.
The one she likes is probably the iPhone versus whatever travesty she has in her right hand.
You mean probably one of those fantastic Samsung Galaxy phones?
Hey, let us know in the
better than shitty iPhones.
Let us know in the chat what kind of phone do you have? I bet it's an iPhone because iPhones are better.
iPhones suck ass, and they always have.
One in the chat for iPhones.
I do not have an iPhone.
I don't care.
Progress only has a Google Pixel.
Yeah,
Let's
Google
all shown
Pixel
progress
still
on
better
that.
than an iPhone.
I'm sorry.
Still better than an iPhone.
Google Pixel, you say, huh?
Shame.
Get that shit out of
Shame.
here. Ain't nobody trying to fucking
Shame.
You don't get the vote. Oh, Google
iPhone.
Pixel.
Here's
8
our brand
Pro.
new feature that Samsung had 4 years ago.
Yeah, right. Hey, Mikey, where's the iPhone that folds?
Why would I fold my phone?
Do they have one
We
of those?
graduated from that.
Do they have the folding screen technology there over at Apple yet?
Who needs to fold their friggin' phone? What are you, friggin' James Bond? What do you got, a tricorder?
Yeah, we can be if we want. You don't get to.
You're not gonna. You're just gonna lose it. Or you're gonna go, or you're gonna be, because it's so fucking small now. You're gonna lose it. Remember when we used to lose our phones all the time?
No.
Yeah, I do. Phones used to get lost a lot, bro.
I still lose my phone. That's why I have an app so my keys can find my phone and my phone can find my keys.
That's
Never lost a
Tim,
phone.
we got to get you those little hook things so we can just hook your phone to your sleeve.
like a retractor cable.
Like a lighter. Oh, I can't believe.
Anyway, what's Scarlett Johansson's sister's name?
Moment it must have been. My understanding is Donald Trump
very
took the
surprised.
stand today. What happened?
Yeah, Chris, that's exactly right. Quite a dramatic last 15, 30 minutes or so inside this courthouse here. The subject of the testimony from Donald Trump, he only took the stand for about a minute or so. But during one of the breaks earlier today, when Trump
I heard he walked out.
was talking to reporters, he said this, and I'm just going to quote him directly. He said,
Oh, he looks so cranky.
Why did they get Picasso to be the sketch artist? What happened here?
Yo, who is the man's with the chalk right now? He wilding and profiling. This is amazing. That's a screenshot for sure. This is art.
This is like
Look at Cohen.
I like the shadows and the coloring. Like it's
Look at Cohen in the monitor there.
it's very oh man, I can't think of the artist, but like elongated faces and like big features. Like, oh man, who's the artist that does that
Van
shit?
Gogh?
Yeah, Van Gogh.
Yeah.
It looks very Van Gogh.
Said, quote, a partisan judge.
Oh wait.
Damn.
With a person who's very partisan sitting alongside him, perhaps even much more partisan than he is.
Like, I feel bad for this artist, like, because what do they do with this after they just like snap a photo of it, and this probably like what, in the trash? Right?
I guess, like, what do they?
They don't really keep these, right?
I bet
'Cause
they
you can't
do.
sell
They have a
them.
catalog of their work for when they get hired on to do other things.
And this is my Trump drawing.
Yeah, chat, do us a favor. Look that shit up. What happens to courtroom paintings? What is there like a fucking warehouse of these that we can just fucking thumb through for like 10 for $1? Because that would be sick. I would get tons of those.
Yeah, this one looks like it's going to be sold at auction. Like that's
Yeah. Like someone would buy this. And if they're free, we would like to have all of them forever, and we will sell them from now on.
They're often auctioned off after the trials, especially if it's a high-profile trial.
This is going to be for like millions over here.
Well, yeah, this person, they won the lottery by getting to draw at this case.
The person sitting next to the judge is his clerk. Former President Trump initially got in trouble. He got the gag order placed on him after he posted a disparaging post about that very clerk. So
don't learn his lesson.
when this message, when this
like a
quote
sad
got
piece of
back
plate.
to the judge,
You're cutting in and out there. What'd you say, Mark?
He looks like a sad piece of Play-Doh.
There we go. Thank you. Holy shit.
He was
That's
very
nice.
upset and considered sanctioning Trump about this. When they got back into the courtroom, at one point he asked Trump to, in fact, take the stand. He asked Trump who he was referring to. Trump said that he was referring to him, the judge, and to Michael Cohen.
Where is it?
You don't want zero problems, big fella.
After some back and forth questioning the former president, the judge ultimately determined that Trump was, quote, not credible in his testimony and decided to fine him $10,000. He believed that Trump was, in fact, referring to the clerk. He told him, don't do it again or it will be much worse, Chris.
All right. Thank you for that.
Lock him up. Lock him up. Yo, Trump, say that shit. Don't be a bitch.
Oh,
Come on.
True Social. It's time.
Oh,
we gotta push the monster.
Oh, dude, get him to fucking talk shit. Get him to talk. What if we got him to get arrested?
Trump ain't no bitch. He will say whatever he wants about anyone in the judicial system.
Like that.
Poke the bear.
You won't say it, Trump. No balls.
Wow,
No
there's
balls.
like
You won't do
nobody
it.
on Truth Social. This is ridiculous.
They're all locked up. January 6th happened. They're all fucking had to close their accounts.
Jail.
Part of their release. Hear this little girl copying
Here's
me?
what Trump said after his court thing. Sleazebag attorney Michael Cohen, New York State's primary witness, admitted today that President Trump never told him to increase asset values, as he got caught lying on numerous occasions. He was totally discredited, like a Perry Mason moment. The AG witch hunt should be dropped immediately. Fox News coverage is so inaccurate. Sad.
That's what happens when people break up. You know, they always got a little extra venom towards each other. You know,
Spit and fire.
it's too bad him and Fox News had to break up so publicly. You know.
Don't worry, he can go on what's his face's show on Twitter instead.
Oh, cuck.
Yep, there you go.
You're supposed to be asleep, little girl.
Never.
But why would I sleep when I can be awake?
She's gonna
also
keep an eye on me.
Also in Trump legal news, former chief of staff to Donald Trump, Mark Meadows, flipped on him in the federal
Oh
case.
yeah, that's we gotta get it. I gotta get a Meadows.
Which is a big deal because Mark Meadows fucking knew everything.
And Mark Meadows got an immunity deal.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
for testifying.
Which is big.
Da, 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 da.
He got they call it Queen for a day. He got Queen for a day.
Do we need to have a rallying or a counter on our screen for how many days we think before Trump tries to flee the country?
He's not going to try to run. He's too stupid. If he was smart, he would run. But
if he was smart, he wouldn't be in the country now.
He would have already
if he
left.
was smart, he would already run. Yeah. He'd be sitting with Putin, sharing drinks,
Right.
saying, "Look at those guys. They never put me in jail when they had a chance."
I'm just
That's
going
what
to
he
go
should
to
be
Alaska
doing right now
and
if he was
see
smart.
Palin. I got a meeting with Palin. Quick, Vladimir, send a boat. I'm right here on the border, man. Come get me.
Oh, good.
Send a rowboat at night.
Yep, send a rowboat at night.
I gotta
Just
get
keep
out of here.
swimming. Just keep
Well,
swimming.
we
have.
Swimming.
News of a potential serious legal setback for former President Donald Trump. CBS News has confirmed that his former White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, is cooperating extensively with federal prosecutors investigating efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election.
Okay, you guys are all Trump.
What?
Okay, thank you.
What is your
Okay.
next? What is
Bigly.
What is your next step right now? Right now, at this very moment, what is your next step?
If I'm Trump,
If I'm Trump, okay,
Hold on.
I'm gonna fly to Moscow and get myself a couple of Moscow hookers and take them in the back room.
Oh, and have them
pee on my head.
Have them pee on you. Have them pee on you again. Okay,
That's right.
but this time I'll be doing the recording.
That's right. That's right.
There, it'll be safe.
I won't let them do the recording like last time. I never did get that tape back.
That's right.
That's what started all of this.
let's see. If I'm Trump,
Dude,
what would I say about
What if that's what happens? The memoir comes out 30 years from now. It was the PP tape. Like
Well,
Putin used him to run in the election as like a fucking spoiler, and then he ended up winning, and then they had to like pretend to not be friends and like talk shit, but then he talked too much shit. And then he was like scared. And it's all gonna come out about the PP tape.
here's exactly what I would say if I was Donald Trump. All right.
I'm ready.
I don't think Mark Meadows would lie about rigged or stolen 2020 presidential election merely to get immunity against prosecution by deranged prosecutor Jack Smith. But when you really think about it, after being hounded like a dog for 3 years, told you'll be going to jail for the rest of your life, your money and your family will be forever gone. And we're not at all interested in exposing those that did the rigged thing. If you say bad things about terrible monster Donald J. Trump, we won't put you in prison. You can keep your family and your wealth, and perhaps you can make some of the really horrible quote stuff out of him. Out of him. Wow, he can't spell.
What?
I don't know.
Reading Trump from Truth Social?
I don't know. We may very well erect a statue of you in the middle of our decaying and now violent capital. Yeah, erect. He said erect. Donald Trump, erect.
Say, oh, you think you about that? You think it's a game?
Some people would make that deal, but they are weaklings and cowards. And so bad for the future of our failing nation. I don't think that Mark Meadows is one of them. But who really knows? Make America great again. So if I was Donald Trump, that's how I would put it.
Did you ask ChatGPT?
What you just said.
What?
Did you ask ChatGPT?
No, this is from Truth Social, bro. This is actual truths from Donald Trump's
The
Truth Social
the
account.
truther himself.
He said erect.
He
So,
cannot
like-
spell erect. Someone is typing for him for sure.
I meant Eric Trump,
Eric.
fantastic guy.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Well,
All right,
he doesn't
read it-
know how
read
to
it back-
spell
read it-
stolen.
Read
He
it back
spelled
as if it's
stolen.
Eric.
Stolen was spelled Stollen.
No, that's
Stalin.
Stalin. That's Stalin. It's like pollen, but it sticks to you.
I'm stalling for time. You know, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I'm probably gonna keep doing what I have been doing, which is the best thing, of course. You know, constantly attacking people, trying to incite riots, and
If you only
as
knew
more
how
afraid as I
ridiculous that
become, the
statement
more
is, you wouldn't have
unhinged.
said it.
Wow, are you interrupting me right now?
I think
She's
it's a
one of the
really
rallies.
major mistake and an insult to me.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, love her. She's beautiful. She's gonna be my VP.
Sorry,
Oh,
and that I have made mistakes.
your ex is in the room. That's awkward.
I don't know. I might call Macaron of France. See if he can help me out.
I don't know.
I could literally go on forever just saying
Bibbidi-boppidi-boo.
nonsensical
I don't know.
things. But I don't know. Like I'm wondering when the true fear is going to kick in, because I feel like he's still convincing himself he's going to get out of this. But there will become a point where like everyone's going to tell him, you know, like you're going to fucking jail. You're done. And what he does then will be interesting. I do see him trying to flee. Personally, but
Oh, he was trying to say horrible stuff about him. He's really bad at spell checking his own shit.
Tim's
it doesn't. It's not even hard. It's
Tim's trying to
the
decipher.
programs do it for you.
He's trying to figure out the syntax. Your social definitely doesn't have any fucking autocorrect in there. They're just letting that shit rock.
Nope.
Whatever you got, just throw it at the wall.
Use a Word document, man. Damn.
And his cooperation has Trump allies on edge. Robert Costa explained-
Guys, we
I don't
have
wanna
to. I don't know. Breaking news, literally right now. It's not good. Should we discuss it?
Yes. Well, is it?
I'm gonna put it in the chat, and this is literally happening right at this moment.
Wow. That just happened.
It's happening right now, and I don't know if we want to talk about it. We can move on, but it came up.
Like, as much as I don't want to, I feel like we should.
Oh, what are we gonna add to that conversation?
I mean, I don't know. We don't. I'm trying to look up what actually is going on.
All right, well, let me hand you guys off into one of your other ones. 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't know
put us. Yeah, I'm gonna read up on it, see if it's worth talking about. But
no, I'm saying for this thing.
oh yeah,
So this was just a quick recap about like the whole shit show that was what happened in the last 3 weeks trying to pick a speaker. I thought it was kind of.
We're not writers.
We're gonna have to. Yep. Of course, there's an ad.
well, it's the BBC. They got to make money somehow. They're not commercialized.
BBC.
Well, that's why we're taxing Wayne, are we not?
That's true.
BBC One. BBC
No,
Two.
let's raise the taxes on Wayne, just cause.
The Wayne tax.
Double Wayne tax.
Wayne's World. Excellent.
39 Wayne.
He doesn't have my support anymore.
I think Matt has planned this all along.
Declaring the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives to be vacant.
Matt Gaetz is using the American people as pawns in his narcissistic game of charades.
Narcissistic game of charades? That doesn't make sense. Game of chess.
Nope.
Narcissistic game of chess.
I wouldn't give him chess though. I don't think it was smart
Narcissistic
enough to
game
chess.
of checkers.
He's playing.
Checkers.
He's playing fucking checkers.
Narcissistic game of tic tac toe.
They all.
Who uses pieces for charades? That's cheating.
A charadic version of marbles.
The office of Speaker of the House is hereby declared vacant.
Speaker McCarthy, he's done a good job. He did not deserve this.
No, he
First,
hasn't.
I want to thank my House Republican colleagues for just designating me
Round
as
one.
the Speaker.
Long live Speaker Scalise.
I just share with my colleagues
my
that I'm
God.
withdrawing my name as a candidate for
Matt Gaetz is a villain.
designee.
Oh,
Clearly,
he
not
is.
everybody is there.
Someone said,
Yeah,
you know, you
I
could
got
put
it.
Jesus Christ up for Speaker of the House and he still wouldn't get 217.
I threw my support to Jim Jordan.
He would throw his support behind the Democrats for what?
Will you be Speaker by the end of the day?
I hope so.
I rise today to nominate
Fictional
Jim
characters
Jordan.
can't give support.
No person having received a majority of the whole number of votes, a speaker has not been elected.
I got 90% of the Republicans in the
Would
Congress.
that help you?
The name of the Honorable Jim Jordan.
That's a good one. I
Did
like
that
that
help
one.
you?
Did that help you?
Does that help
A
you?
majority of the whole number of votes, a speaker has not been elected.
I got 90% of the Republicans in the
Would
Congress.
that help you?
The name of the Honorable Jim Jordan. A
Steal that
speaker
twice.
has not been elected.
I rise to
almost be a
nominate Jim
soundbite.
Jordan.
The Honorable Jim Jordan of the state of Ohio has received 194. A speaker has not been elected.
Jim is no longer going to be the nominee. We'll have to go back to the drawing board. We are in a
This
very
is just
bad
like
position.
a garbage
Tom
game
Emmer
show.
won the most votes from Republicans to become House Speaker nominee Tuesday morning, and by Tuesday afternoon, his candidacy was dead.
There were maybe 28 or so that stated they're going to choose someone else other than Tom Emmer.
I'm honored to have the support of my colleagues.
Mike Johnson as Speaker of the People's House.
The Honorable Mike Johnson of the state of Louisiana is duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives.
The People's House is back in business.
Is it? Is it though? So that was the shit show that was our House of Representatives the last 3 weeks.
God.
And, you know, clearly it was the Democrats' fault, not the Republicans. So.
Clearly. And you know what? And they want to blame the Democrats for voting to vacate the speaker. But what were the Democrats going to do? Say, oh, we want that Republican speaker? No, the Democrats were for chaos, just like those 8 Republicans were for chaos.
Yep.
The Democrats were just along for the ride, happy to be there.
Especially with McCarthy in the previous weeks to that, just constantly bashing the Democrats for being garbage shit people that hold up democracy, and then expecting them to support him still.
Yeah. And after they did the deal to keep the government open for 45 days, McCarthy was like, oh, the Democrats are fucking it up for everyone. But the Democrats reached across the aisle to help McCarthy because his own conference wasn't helping him. And then he started shit talking them. So yeah, the Democrats had zero reason to vote for McCarthy to stay speaker. And they would rather let the Republicans implode.
Well, now I don't know. I forget what the deadline is. At like November 15th, where they have to figure out a budget or another continuing resolution.
Yeah.
So like, what the fuck's gonna happen now? Like, it's gonna just repeat itself. We're probably gonna get another CR, honestly.
Here's the problem. Is this motherfucker, Mike Johnson? He voted against the CR. So
he's pro shutdown.
Yeah. So if I was the Democrats, I'd be like, sorry guys, we're
Figure
out
it
this
out.
time. Figure it out yourselves. But yeah, it's
I don't. We're such a laughing stock to the world. I don't know how anyone can be happy with their representatives that just said fuck it. But I don't know. I was listening to NPR and the new polling data specifically towards, do you support the government working together to figure out how to stay open and run properly, or do you support just saying fuck it and let it shut down? A third of all Republicans now believe we should just let it crash and burn.
Yeah, because they're not in the Republican Party is not interested in governing. It's just that simple. They're better off as a minority party anyway, because all they want to do is bitch and moan about all the stupid shit that they want to do, all the culture war nonsense. And they're not interested in actually governing. They don't know how. They don't care. Because if they cared, they wouldn't vote out McCarthy because he was the only dude there who could even try and get consensus.
Yep. Well, on any Republican that thinks they can get any budget passed and effect on our deficits don't understand the only way they want to get that done is by slashing Social Security and Medicare.
At this point in the budget process, because I learned a little bit about this a few weeks ago. The federal budget process starts.
Some knowledge, Tim.
The federal budget process starts October 1st because that's when the federal fiscal year starts, October 1st. So they're already
only 25 days behind.
Yeah, they're already fucked because they were still doing funding from the last. I don't even know the last year they passed a budget, but the continuing resolution was the flat fund for the last budget that was passed. So they're already in the next fiscal year. And they're supposed to pass a budget on June 30th. That's when the budget is supposed to be passed. And June 30th ended up being the debt ceiling deadline as well. So they didn't focus on the budget. They focused on the debt limit because that was more pressing. But they have like 8 months between the president and Congress to put together and pass a budget for the next year. And they can't bring themselves to do it. And they're not interested in consensus. They're not interested in governing. They're just interested in bitching and moaning and obstructing. That's all they care about. Because they already got all the stuff they wanted. They got the tax cuts. They got the Supreme Court to overturn Roe. So really all that's left is the complaining. That's all they got.
So it looks like for the 2020 fiscal year, the last actual budget that was passed was 2019.
Yeah. So they're funding based off of 2019 funding levels. And yeah, they'll
that
add
is from
in,
Wikipedia. I will look for a better source.
I mean,
just to be sure.
It's probably true because that was the last time the government really functioned, right?
Yeah.
So what's going on is they're funding based on those funding levels. And yeah, they'll increase the military budget because everyone agrees the military should have more money regardless of what happens. And they'll increase bits and pieces here and there. But COVID probably fucked everything up for them. To be honest, if it was 2019, then it was COVID that fucked all their shit up.
And open it up to you, Tim, you, Ollie. When would your guess be for the last budget that was passed on time or before time?
Okay. Just so you know, my internet was out there. I've been gone for the last 2 or 3 minutes, so I missed most of that conversation.
Damn it, Ollie. Tell Canada to fix their internet.
Sorry. But wait, what's my guess for when the last time the budget was actually submitted
on time?
And what?
On time?
Was submitted and approved before the start of the next fiscal year. For when that budget would be put into effect.
Maybe back during when Clinton was in.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2006. That was because Obama that was the last year of his supermajority in Congress.
Oh, well, that's a good guess. Then,
well, but 2006, Bush was president.
Oh, right. I mean, 2010.
Okay.
2010.
So Ollie wins the trophy.
Really?
What?
It was during Clinton's term in office, 1996.
That was the last time we actually passed the budget in regular order by June 30th.
Yeah.
How did I get that right? I just straight up guessed.
Wow.
Clinton was the last time we had a functioning government.
Fuck, man. Fuck. So the U.S. government, I mean, they pass budgets. They pass them late nowadays. But for the most part, everything is continuing resolutions and like minor budget bills here and there. But they don't pass a giant, our federal spending is like $3 trillion. That's just discretionary spending.
Yeah.
But
we don't do any of the, what is it? Is it called the omnibus super bills that cover everything?
And they're not even supposed to do that. Like, usually Congress will break it down into like different discretionary packages for each kind of spending on the budget. But yeah, they've done omnibus things where they just fund everything. And the Democrats have been doing it through, what was it called? Reconciliation, where they don't have to have the 60 vote threshold. They only have to have the majority. So they can adjust funding that way when they were in power, but they're not in power of the House anymore, so they can't do that. God knows how the Republicans are going to get any kind of budget or even a continuing resolution passed in their conference, because they want wildly different things, even within their own conference.
That's true. Like it's not the Republican Party anymore. Like, it really isn't. It's just random shit.
It's yeah, and I think that in the next like 5 years, there's going to be like a real physical representation of that, where it's the MAGA faithful versus old guard Republicans, whatever those parties end up being called. But there's definitely going to be a fracture, because the old Republicans, like the actual conservatives, have proven that they don't have either the will or the numbers to fight against the MAGA people, because the MAGA people just won Speaker of the House.
Oh, man.
This dude is Mike Johnson is a hardline conservative Christian.
That wants to see it burn, honestly.
Yeah. I was reading in his Wikipedia where some of his stances on things. Boy, his stances on marriage aren't great.
Woman's subservience to man?
I mean, have you ever seen Handmaid's Tale?
Oh Lord.
No, he believes he believes in the covenant. He believes in covenant marriages, which is a legally distinct kind of marriage in which married spouses agree to obtain premarital counseling and accept more limited grounds for seeking divorce. So he believes in a much more way to get a no-fault divorce, and that marriages shouldn't end, basically, is what he believes.
You know what? I feel good about this. Yep.
He is in support of ending military aid to Ukraine. He believes that marijuana should be illegal.
So
he believes that there just shouldn't be a minimum wage. He is one of those prayer in school peoples.
Okay.
Oh God.
He's disappointing me a lot.
I'd rather. Oh no, I can't even say the words. That Jim Jordan would be better.
Here's a good one. He has asserted that the founders wanted to protect church from the state, not the other way around.
Yeah,
what are we
sure.
talking about?
No, that's
Mike Johnson,
our new speaker.
Our new Speaker of the House. He said
Mike Johnson,
referring
never heard
to
of him.
Mike Dick. He said he's referred to the so-called separation of church and state, and he's asserted that the founders wanted to protect the church from the encroaching state, not the other way around.
We have a commenter in the chat, Brenna for Curling. Got to dust off my red cape and white bonnet.
Oh yeah, Mikey, we were talking about Dick Johnson over here.
Dick Johnson.
He doesn't believe in no fault divorces, and says that people shouldn't get divorced. And that when you're married, it's more of a permanent covenant than, the legal structure that we have today.
You know what?
Hey, everybody go sleep with his wife.
Nope. Let's run with that. That's good. Let's just abolish all marriage.
Well, he doesn't want to abolish marriage. He just doesn't want people to get divorced.
Correct, but if there's no marriage, then there is no divorce.
Gotcha there. Checkmate, atheist.
Civil unions for days.
And I won't get into his thoughts about the LGBT plus community because they're gruesome. And the most Christian belief that you can have about that kind of thing is what he has.
Conversion camps and no rights.
Yeah. He's a monster of a human being.
How many votes does it take to get a new speaker?
Let's look, shall we?
One.
You need. I don't know if they still have that rule.
I was about to say, didn't Gatesy open up the gates here? Can we just get one Republican? But yeah, get rid of this guy.
So I think that rule is still in effect because that is the rule for this Congress, right? That's the rule for the next 2 years. So I think any member of the House of Representatives can call for a motion to vacate the speaker, but he has to get a simple majority. So all the Democrats
Republicans would have to flip.
Yeah, all the Democrats plus 5 Republicans, which really can happen at any point. If Trump doesn't like him for any reason, or he does something that's like mildly thinking about working with the Democrats, then it'll be gone.
I mean, give the internet people a little bit of time. They'll find something.
Yeah.
They'll find something to get us those last 2 people.
And
I'm not reading that, Brenna.
I'm not reading. I'll read it.
No, you won't.
Oh no, I'm not reading that, Brenna. I read it and I'm not reading it. Sorry, Brenna.
Those are
now I
words
gotta go look.
No saying the words. Those words bad.
But Brenna is correct. Those are their beliefs.
You have a soundboard of our own over our dumbasses reading that shit. Nope. Not today.
Nope.
Almost got me.
That is their beliefs though. There are people that like actually believe that shit.
And it's not a small group either.
Not a small group. And it includes some of the wealthiest people in the world.
Yeah.
Our dear friend Elon is one of those fuckers.
Fun fact, he lost $26 billion
Stick it up your
in the
ass,
last couple weeks in terms of value of Tesla. So fuck him.
26 billion from what? What do you do? Just talk to me.
So the EV market is not doing good right now, partly tied to the strike with the United Auto Workers and lessening demand. And it's starting to look like a lot of these companies put way too much of their money into making electric vehicles when the demand won't be there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure why everybody was coming out with an EV car.
So there is a political reason for that, and it's that the Biden administration has set standards for emissions for cars. Yeah. And rather than building those engines, they're starting to just come out with EV cars because they don't have to worry about that then.
That's the bonehead move, because there's hybrid like Accords that get like almost 60 miles to the gallon on the highway.
Yeah. Well,
like,
and
that's the move. Improve the hybrid shit so that we're using like barely, and you know what I mean? Like you're filling up and it's fucking $10-15 because you got regenerative braking and all that stuff. Like you should do all the stuff. Use all the technology. Like don't just throw all the engines in the garbage. Use the engines for now and then enhance them so that they're more efficient.
There is a movement. There is a movement in Europe and in Brenna's home state of California where they're going to ban gasoline engines at some point.
I mean,
that's a terrible idea.
I mean, that's great, but can your grid handle it?
No, that is the problem. Listen, there's a whole episode that we can do about whether or not electric cars are good.
Let's do it next week.
Because there's the power grid discussion. There's
your coal powered cars.
Oh yeah. there's a discussion
don't worry,
about
California's banning those too.
How good electric cars actually are for the environment because of their batteries and how poisonous their batteries are.
Not to mention the poor indigenous people of wherever the fuck that mine happens to be at.
Mostly in Mexico. Mexico
and Africa.
There's a conversation we can have about, how expensive they should be and what the government should be doing and how viable electric cars are in the long run, because we're getting to a point where we either need to make it work, or electric cars like go away. Like
they can be a part of the solution, but they're not going to be a win-all change to that and the world solved.
Basically, the U.S. government either needs to go all in on the infrastructure for electric cars or stop. Because
I disagree. You can't do everything all at once. We don't have enough. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying is they need to get to the point where we have enough and then do all the endorsements of the cars. But right now we don't have the electric infrastructure. We don't have the grid. We don't have the charging stations. All the charging stations are owned by like fucking Tesla.
Yep. And that's the grid is on the point of failing. We're not building adequate replacements for, well, as an example, didn't California also ban nuclear power? Nuclear power plants?
Nuclear.
They provide most of their power, but they won't upgrade them, replace them, or build new ones.
And I think Brenna in the chat is right. We also need to invest in public transportation.
Right.
Correct. Trains, electric trains, all day, high-speed
electric trains, electric buses,
or hybrid buses, or hydrogen buses, which is a thing too. Like
that's true.
You can public transit and trucking should be the first fucking industry that gets an overhaul as far as efficiency in the vehicles. Not so much just you better get better at this by this time, because if you leave it, if you make it so broad, then what ends up happening is Ford is stupid and they dump all of their fucking money into a fucking Mustang SUV that's electric. Like, what the fuck is happening?
It's gross.
You cannot trust them with a fucking project. They're dum-dums. You got to give them steps.
So there is also an argument about like how we handle the environmental aspects of both gasoline and electric cars, because right now, if you are a company that sells an electric vehicle, you get credits for doing that. And if you buy an electric vehicle, if it's new enough, you get a tax credit for that. But the carbon credits that companies buy to offset their pollution, Tesla gets a bunch of them just because they only make electric cars. And then they sell them to other companies, even though those companies aren't reducing their emissions. And kind of neither is Tesla, because their factories are horrible.
Whoever decided you could sell carbon emission credits is fucking bananas.
It's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, as soon as they turned into tokens at like the fucking arcade, that's where you knew something fishy was going on.
You don't want to buy my smog coins? Smog
coin, latest crypto.
Well, and so I looked up quick. One reason Tesla took such a big hit is their profits were down. And the Cybertruck is being kind of labeled as a failure. So they're still making money, but they made less money than last quarter. So their stock went down 15%.
Everybody likes the Cybertruck. What are you talking about?
The Cybertruck is so dumb.
It's
the dumbest thing.
It is the stupidest piece of shit ever.
I guarantee you Elon was 100% in charge of that, and that's why it's so dumb.
And he was high. I'm going to go with he was high.
I think he was tripping. I don't think he was... Or tripping and high.
It's tripping and high.
Yeah.
But one of the things I'm excited for, there's a company that is creating a new updated, air quotes here because I don't know all the science stuff to it. No, airships.
Airships?
They're bringing back
dirigibles?
No.
Yes.
No.
They use almost no fuel.
Yeah.
They haul 60 tons of cargo quiet and they don't need roads.
Okay.
And they're drones.
Yeah.
They don't need pilots.
What could possibly go wrong?
It'll be fine.
You know what we need to bring back? Steamships.
Paddle boats.
Oh man. Wind power, sailing ships.
You know what the fucked up thing is? Even if we wanted to put everything back in the water and start shipping things that way, it's fucking dried up, dude. The fucking Mississippi's lower than it's been in fucking like 100-something years. It's all dried up.
Yeah, that too, because they're taking too much.
Would be the only thing.
They're taking too much water out of the river, and they're not allowing it to get replaced.
Yep.
And there's no ice melt.
God, our country is fucked.
And you could literally solve the water problem by like banning people from watering their lawns. Just stop that, and the water problem's fixed.
Now, here's how you fix the water problem. Ban bottled water.
That too.
Nestle and fucking Poland Springs and all those company have so much rights to water to pump it all out of like where we need it that shouldn't be allowed. Bottled water should be banned. Single-use plastic bottled water should be banned.
But Tim,
It is.
I can
There is
recycle-
nothing good.
But I can recycle the bottle.
No.
And Ice Mountain tastes better than other
95%
water, Tim.
95% of all plastic, whether it's recycled or not, ends up in landfills. Recycling is a lie.
I recycle though.
Recycling plastic is a lie.
It's a separate truck.
Squirrels could live in them.
It puts more pollution in the atmosphere to recycle plastic than it would to just throw it out.
So then I'll just throw it out.
Right, and then you're not
Problem
recycling.
solved.
So then what? So
You're
you told-
polluting either
you
way. Get
told
rid of
me
the
not
plastic
to.
bottles. Get rid
know
of the
what?
plastic bottles.
That is
I
the
threw
more
it
you
out.
know. The more you know button right there. Tim says, throw away all your plastic, never recycle anything, and that solves
You're
the
wasting.
world's
You know
problem.
what?
You're wasting
I'll-
your time.
I will say it. Do not recycle plastic. It's not worth it. Recycle aluminum. It actually has market value.
Recycle your plastic. The
Capitalism.
turtles.
Yes,
turtles.
recycle your plastic.
The turtles will thank you.
Cut holes in the things and throw them in the garbage. Stop buying plastic. Stop buying plastic.
Okay.
I totally just bought a case of water.
Well, Mark, you're part of the problem. Sorry.
Oh, I know. I know.
But so is the
Well-
food truck. The
well-
food truck buys bottled water all the time.
Oh,
Tim.
you motherfucker!
We're a mega corporation. We don't care.
Ooh.
We're an elite. I was told to
Arr!
put this.
Oh, I just wanted to get, because I saw this today. There is a update on the United Auto Workers strike with a tentative deal with Ford, to basically give 20 to 25% wage increases over the next 4 years, and then another couple percent for inflation,
Oh, there we go.
bringing their pay increases up by 30%.
It says the deal would give the UAW members an immediate 11% pay increase, and pay increases starting at 25% over the next 4.5 years until the tentative contract is set to expire in early 2028. It also returns a cost of living adjustment to the contract that will protect workers from rising prices. When the cost of living adjustment is combined with the guaranteed pay increases, workers are expected to see pay increases of 30% or more during the lifetime of the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unions. They work.
Unions.
Form them.
Yeah. Also, scientific studies have shown that bottled water is no better than tap water.
Damn it, Tim.
Every-
I can't believe
Just putting
anything
that
you
out
say.
there.
Your food truck is a part of the problem.
I mean, yeah, we
Yes.
are.
He's part of
We're-
Big Food Truck.
We're a giga corporation and we don't care. Just like Poland Springs.
Big Food Truck.
He's got that big food truck energy going.
Big food Trump. Big food Trump.
Big food Trump. Egg foo young.
I could have some egg food. That sounds nice.
That does sound nice.
There was something else with. What'd you guys talk about while the child was screaming her head off? She's exhausted.
We just talked about Dick Johnson.
Yeah, and how we're doomed, basically.
Cool.
We talked about his stances on various political things and how awful they are.
Luckily, he's not going to be able to pass anything because they'll never pass anything.
Oh yeah. We also
They're
talked about how the Republicans don't care about governing. They just care about burning the system down.
We're going to crash. The government's going to shut down in November. I don't think they're going to, because one thing that Tim found is that this guy voted against the continuing resolution last time, and
Yeah,
now
he doesn't care.
Now he's speaker, so they're not going to pass it again.
He doesn't believe in the minimum wage. He believes in prayer in schools. He thinks marijuana should be illegal. His thoughts on LGBTQ rights are abominable.
See, and this is why we need to get rid of the Electoral College, because I think that guy can't win a fair election.
Well, he did run unopposed in his district.
Yeah, he ran unopposed in 2022.
And we need to
Dick Johnson.
And we need to get the fucking money out of politics.
Which apparently a
preaching to the
majority of
choir.
Americans support. It's like 76% support removing money from politics.
Yeah, no one likes it.
The politicians don't support it, and so therefore they get their money. America is not a democracy.
No, it's a federalist republic.
It's an oligarchy.
It's an oligarchic capitalist state.
Whatever the top 1% wants, it gets.
Yep.
And there are more millionaires in Congress than ever before.
The fact that they're still allowed to invest in the market and be on the committees where they get all the secret information
is bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Utter bullshit.
There is an avid strategy where people are like, we're going to just copy what Nancy Pelosi's doing, and they've all made money.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's Democrats and Republicans. They all fucking do it. They're all complicit in super PACs. They're all complicit in dark money and soft money. They're all complicit in the money that just flows into their campaigns without any source at all. Even if you try to contain it, they share money whenever they can. They evade campaign finance laws whenever they can. Like, they're all complicit in it.
Yep.
The Democrats are no better at money in politics or double dealing when it comes to the stock market, insider trading. They're all criminals when it comes to that.
And if only there was, if only our legislators would hold other legislators accountable for, only when it's like, topics of race or topics of funding or anything polarizing that can really whip up a fervor. That's something that they'll argue about. But when it comes to, hey, this guy keeps winning his election because he has so much money pouring in from XYZ Corporation. Just thought everybody should know. Just do it. Somebody just do it.
Yeah. Well, and you got to take gerrymandering into account. You got to take, the party politics into account when it comes to like who picks who's going to run. It's,
despair.
Yay! We achieved despair.
We did it.
I want to go home now. I need something
it.
lighthearted
Yay.
and happy. Mikey, fix it.
All right, hold on.
Mikey, give us an and finally that we can all enjoy.
Time for a death battle.
That won't get us terms of service.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun.
dude, I found a really sweet video of my new thing. Like late at night is if I can't find any like new and interesting music, I followed a couple of like HBCU like band YouTube channels. Man, I wish I marched in a fucking HBCU so bad. Ugh, so fun. There's not a lot of gamer news. A lot more people are getting caught and banned for cheating still. At this point.
Fucking cheaters.
Do you want to talk about the other shows on the network?
Yeah, let's talk about the other show, The Bin.
Well, we got more coming.
Well, I mean, you know more about that than I do. I only know that The Bin airs tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you should go watch it. Yeah, while Ollie's working. They did that on purpose, Ollie.
Blame the Europeans.
They do. Every day.
Oh, Jenna Ellis. We didn't talk about Jenna Ellis.
Wasn't she another person that flipped on Trump?
Yeah. Well, her little thing that she reads is so funny. So...
yeah, there you go.
It's so great. Just listening to this, I couldn't... The Schadenfreude was incredible.
Thank you, Your Honor, for the opportunity to address the court.
Keep it together, Becky.
As an attorney who is also a Christian, I take my responsibilities as a lawyer very seriously.
Cap.
Jesus is always about the lawyer.
Person of sound moral and ethical character in all of my dealings. In the wake of the 2020 presidential election, I believed that challenging the results on behalf of President Trump should be pursued in a just and legal way.
You know they got the rusty old clips on the back end of this, right?
Rise up
I
and
endeavor
kill
to
everybody, I
Yeah.
think is something paraphrased to what
my
you meant.
to the best of my ability. I relied on others, including lawyers with many more years of experience than I, to provide me with true and reliable information.
Yeah, there was bigger, smarter lawyers there, so I can't be held responsible for my stupid girl brain.
The biggest
Especially
lawyer.
since my role involved speaking to the media and to legislators in various states.
I just spread the lies. I didn't create them.
Oh, so you're the network.
Yeah, I'm the mouthpiece of the lying God King.
Not do, but should have done, Your Honor, was to make sure that the facts the other lawyers alleged to be true were in fact true.
Man, if only there was something you could have done, like Google.
Yeah, if only she
who
knew
won the fucking election. They would have told you.
If only she knew the law.
As a
Man.
lawyer.
Basic constitutional law. Whoops.
You know, I'm pretty sure they teach ethics in law school.
I'm pretty
Nah,
sure
she skipped that class.
Pretty sure to pass the bar, you had to at least know some of the parts of the Constitution.
Few things. She took a con law class.
Right. You didn't realize how the transfer of power goes? This is new to you?
Of
The right to arm bears.
raise challenges to the election in several states, including Georgia, I failed to do my due diligence. I believe in and I value election integrity.
Cap.
If I knew then what I know now, I would have declined to represent Donald Trump in these post-election challenges.
If I knew he wasn't going to pay my bills.
If I knew that, if I knew that you all were going to prosecute me, I probably wouldn't have done that.
I look back on this whole experience with deep remorse. For
Not
those
with the
failures
fake
of
crying.
Your Honor,
My
I've taken
God.
responsibility already before the Colorado bar who censured me, and I now take responsibility before this court.
I hear how she does a before everything. Like,
Before the Colorado bar who censured me, and I now take responsibility before this court and apologize to the people of Georgia. Thank you.
I believe her.
What you didn't what you didn't get in that statement was, oh yeah, and I have all this dirt on Trump.
and I am so willing to testify against douchebag, and I will be as helpful as I need to be because he lied to me and I feel betrayed. That's not what you said. That's not what you said at all.
Oh, I would respect one of his lawyers if they're like, yeah, he stopped paying the bills and isn't loyal to me, so I'm not loyal to him anymore. But like, honesty.
You know what? That goes a long way, I think.
Hmm.
Let's see. Where did it go? Who had it? They had it like right after she's like doing the crying thing. She's like, and these people are just stealing things. And I'm like, oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
That made me feel a little better, actually.
Yeah. And for everybody who said, you know what? You'll never get him. He's too big. He just can't be Bro, they arrested OJ. They had a trial for months on OJ. OJ's way more popular than fucking Donald Trump. Run back the numbers. OJ was the biggest thing.
Well, I mean, Trump is still a rich white guy, so that's their.
Yeah, is he though?
He is technically still rich.
Yeah, is he though?
Though he tries to tan, he's still very white.
Who verifies the money he says he has? That's what I want to know. Like,
don't worry about it. It's there.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it. He's got the money.
Sure it is. Sure it is. Like, this guy's been lying since the beginning. All of his lies.
Slander.
Oh yeah, and did you guys talk about how Uncle Ro? That's who had it. That's who. Of course, he had the clips of her.
Man, Uncle Ro is the best.
Uncle Ro is the man.
Uncle Ro.
As a Christian, was your ass a Christian right here?
Elite strike force team that is working on behalf of the president and the campaign to make sure that our Constitution is protected. We are a nation of rules. All of your fake news.
Wow.
headlines
Boy, that's
are dancing
Night and
around
day right there.
the merits
I mean, what
of this case and are trying to delegitimize what we are doing here. Let me be very clear that our objective is to make sure to preserve and protect election integrity.
What is the point of all this?
Well, the point of this, of course, is to get to fair and accurate results because the election was stolen and President Trump won by a landslide. We know already that the election results in at least 5 of the swing states were irredeemably compromised. So we already have sufficient evidence for these states to decertify.
Yeah, you gonna sing, Little Canary. You're gonna sing or you're gonna rot. That's what that is. You're gonna sing. She was making the rounds about how fake this election was and how bullshit everything was. And now it's, as a Christian, don't you hide behind that little cross. That ain't gonna save you. Law and order, remember? Get your ass in jail. Let me try to steal a goddamn election.
You're fired.
Warm up the prison cell for the orange one.
I'm just saying, no one else can get away with this shit. And for right wingers, I am aghast that y'all aren't pissed that these criminals are trying to represent your party, because that's who these people are. When you get indicted and you're on bond. Come on, man. Ain't nobody else on the left running around on bond. Abbott's on bond. Running around with the mistress and having his fucking new buddy get investigations on his business right. This is Republicans. Y'all are tripping. This MAGA shit has gone straight to the fucking head. You have no standards anymore.
Nope.
You got Marjorie Taylor Greene just yelling out in the middle of fucking Congress for no reason.
About to get into fistfights with Lauren Boebert because she did it first, and I'm mad about it.
See?
Yeah, and the worst we got is what? Bob Menendez. He's indicted for bribery.
Yeah.
Small potatoes compared to all the shit that Trump is indicted for.
And it's funny, the Democrats are not asking for his immediate release, and that this is a coordinated attack on him because he's a Democrat. It's like, oh, did he do that shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
well,
actually,
get him out of here.
Yeah, the Democrats are like, oh yeah, he needs to resign right now.
Yeah, get him out of here.
And the holdout is Bob Menendez, and they're like, dude, get the fuck out.
No, you're embarrassing us. You go now. You are bad.
Republicans, the voice of continued corruption.
Well, good
no,
luck.
Mark, they're the voice of the voiceless. They're the silent majority.
I guess.
The silent minuscule.
Let's go home.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
The place where I belong.
So join us next week on Speaking from the Center. While it's still called Speaking from the Center for the time being.
Will next week be the last true Speaking from the Center?
I don't know. You'll have to tune in and find out.
On the edge of my seat.
That's how you get them. That's called a cliffhanger.
I'm Cliffied. I'm being Cliffied.
I'm sorry. When you said Cliffy, all I could think of was Clippy, the little paper clip from...
Is that where you went? I went to Cliff from Cheers.
Cliff Clavin?
Cliff Clavin.
Yeah.
Good old Cliff Clavin. Say the words.
Before we do go, I do want to mention the news story that we weren't talking about that did happen during the show, that there was an event in Maine, a mass, whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's terms of service or whatever, but
probably
we're not talking about it because, one, we don't have all the information, and two, it's just too disheartening.
Yeah.
So, hopefully there'll be more information on what exactly happened, but I assume it's not good.
Yeah.
And once again, I don't know how many times a person can say it, but there's too many guns in this country, and there's the culture in this country with guns is atrocious.
Yep.
So there's your end of the show despair.
Yeah.
We're gonna raid out now to H.R. Johnson, where you can get some sort of fun.
Happier times.
Happier times.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Mammoth out.
Yeah, keep waiting. It's working.